Hey guys, how's it going? Today I am going to do a first impressions review of a game called Sherlock Holmes Chapter One. As always, with all of my first impression reviews, I will be playing the game for an hour or more and giving you my running commentary, and then at the end of the video, in the last 10 minutes or so, I will give you my final opinions of the game and whether or not I think that the game is worth the asking price, which in this case is $45. The game comes from Frogwares, the studio Frogwares. They recently made a game called The Sinking City, which actually was embroiled in a little bit of controversy. In fact, it's not really controversy, it's just outright shittiness by the publisher of that game, and that is Nacon. So Nacon or Nacon literally stole the game from Frogwares. So you can simply look up the controversy, just Google The Sinking City Nacon stealing or something like that, and it will come up. Basically, the devs were screwed out of access of their game, and the publisher just walked away with their game. So now this game, Sherlock Holmes Chapter One, they are self-publishing, which is great, and they're asking $45 for the game. Now, they have made a bunch of other games like this in the past, specifically revolving around Sherlock Holmes. It would seem that they have the licensing rights to Sherlock Holmes, so good on them for being able to get the licensing rights to Sherlock Holmes games. I have never played any of those previous games. I think they released 2 or 3 Sherlock games before, specifically Sherlock Holmes investigation games, and this is also a Sherlock Holmes investigation game. It is very light on the combat and very heavy on narrative and investigations. So if you don't like narrative games like I do, I really don't like narrative games, then perhaps you should give this one a pass. But the developers sent me pre-release code for the game, and I am not one to turn down pre-release code, especially like 2 weeks before the game releases. So even though I am not a fan of investigative games or narrative games, I will give this one a go. I'm absolutely open to playing any game under the sun, as long as it does not involve sports. I hate sports games. So yeah, I will be playing the game. I've never played the game before. This will be my first impressions, and at the end of the video I will tell you whether, in my opinion, the game is worth $35 or not. One thing that I already saw is that the game is, I wouldn't say a poor port, but it's not a brilliant port. This right here is already a early indication that the game is not a proper port. The porting from console to PC was not done correctly. First off, I don't like when a game is created on consoles and then ported over to PC. It's much better if a game is created on PC and then ported over to consoles. So this is the other way around. So you see the vibration setting, that is already a dead giveaway that the game is actually a console game and that it was simply ported over to the PC. The second thing is the fact that when you move your mouse, it doesn't automatically select the different options. So you have to click on the option before it goes to that option. So you click there, you click there, you click there, you get the idea. So that right there, in addition to the vibration thing, is a very, very strong indication that this game was created for consoles and then ported over to PCs, and it wasn't ported over exceptionally well because of that thing that you see right there. You have to click on something before you are able to select that. So that's the first thing that I am not a fan of, to be honest. Otherwise than that, I don't really see much else that's wrong. The windowed full screen works absolutely fine. You can change the resolution while you have windowed full screen selected, as it should be. I see way too many games these days not having that as an option, not having windowed full screen as an option whilst you can change the resolution. So I'm not going to give the devs kudos for that, because that should be standard. If a game does not have that, then I will shit on the game for not having that. So yeah, otherwise I'm relatively happy with the options menu. Nothing else really to complain about there. So let's jump into the game. For your reference, I am running the game on a hard drive, not on an SSD. So if this loading screen takes exceptionally long, then that's obviously bad. Okay, that took about 15 seconds. Not too bad on a hard drive. Obviously, if you play the game on an SSD, you will see drastically reduced loading times. By the way, the game runs in the Unreal Engine.
Ginger, that's what you need. A mouthful of the good stuff and you'll see the back of any seasickness.
Oh, thank you for your support, John. Don't suppose you actually brought any ginger?
No, I don't get seasick.
Terrific.
Okay, well, the mouth sinking is very bad.
So much for docking by tea time. The captain seemed more interested in his maids than in his maps.
Oh, is Sherlock grumpy? Cheer up. We're back where we grew up. It's exciting. What's changed? What's the same?
Ugh. I'm starting to question whether the weeks-long journey was worth it. Travelling all this way, enduring this indignity simply to visit a grave. Even if it is my mother's.
Ah, that's just Mycroft's nonsense, still rattling around in your head. Try to forget what he said. I have.
I believe it was that this is a performative farce, a feeble excuse.
Yeah, the voice syncing is exceptionally terrible.
You needed to do this. Enough of the self-pity and doubt. So we're a little late. What of it? We'll retire to the hotel and visit her in the morning. It'll be worth it.
Thank you, John.
And if you want to notify the captain's wife of his indiscretions, I will not stand in your way.
Ah, at last. I'm quite ready to get off this cursed boat.
Come on. We'll go together.
You can see that this is a pre-rendered cutscene. This is not in-game. You can see that right from the start. I am not a fan of the fact that the press space to continue thing is constantly at the bottom right. Like, fucking have it up there for 3 or 4 seconds and then take the fucking thing away. Don't have it there for the entire cutscene. That just ruins cutscenes.
Hey, Sherry, come on, catch up.
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, first thing that I want to do is disable the subtitles. I'm not a fan of that. The subtitles are not pretty, to be honest. It's pretty ugly, in fact. The mouse, it's jittery. You can already see it's jittery, especially if you go up and down. Look at that. I'm moving my mouse very slowly, very smoothly up and down, and yet you can see jittering. That is another very telltale sign that the devs did not do an exceptional job at porting the game from console to PC. So that's not good, to be honest, and that's something you're gonna be dealing with throughout your entire playthrough, and that's something you can't do anything about, is that jitteriness when moving the mouse. That's simply something that happens with a lot of poor ports, a lot of bad ports, because they have to basically transfer the mouse movements into analog stick movements. So your analog stick movements, your left and right stick on the console, the mouse has to mimic those movements. And obviously a mouse can move much smoother than what an analog stick can. And that is what you're seeing right there. That jitteriness is the analog stick moving, not my mouse moving in reality. So that's another little problem. Obviously, like I said, the voice sync to the lips of the characters is exceptionally terrible. I recently played Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and in that game as well, the mouth movements are terrible. But at least this game has the benefit of not being made by a billion-dollar company. I mean, Frogwares aren't anywhere close to being a billion-dollar company. So at least they can get away with not having such a big budget behind them, whereas Marvel Guardians of Galaxy has no fucking excuse for having deplorable mouse movement or mouth movement sync. Okay, blah blah blah, press left to interact.
If you need something, sir, please inquire at reception.
I have to say the graphics are not good. I am running the game on the highest settings. I will show you. High, epic, 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 high, high. Shadows are low, but I mean, you can turn it up. Game actually looks a little bit washed out now that the shadows are high. I mean, look at that. It looks like it looks a little bit washed out, and then if we put the shadows back to low, it looks more or less the same. Let's put the shadows on medium. But anyway, all of the other stuff is on epic, as you can see. And I mean, the game does not look amazing, to be honest. It looks it looks pretty
If you
mediocre.
need something, sir, please inquire at
Welcome to
reception.
Il Palazzo di Lusso, sir. We just need your signature. Would you kindly sign these papers, sir?
There you are.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Yes, we have room 221 prepared for you. I see it was reserved for 2 people. Would you like a second key?
Oh, no, I think we'll stick together.
Very good. Rooms are upstairs, sir. Welcome to Cordona.
Hurry up, Sherlock. I want to see our room. I hope there's a balcony with a view.
So the cutscenes, like the one that I just had, seem to have post-processing, and the game doesn't have post-processing. So the cinematics make, or not the cinematics, the cutscenes make the graphics seem much better than what they actually are. You can see, like, if I get very close to Sherlock's face, like you can see there, it's not that good, to be honest. It's pretty mediocre. But just wait until we get into a cutscene, and then you will again see the face is much better looking. That's because the game has post-processing and a bunch of other effects in the cutscenes, but not in the actual game. That's something that Witcher 3 did as well, but Witcher 3 had the benefit of having fantastic graphics out in the normal world, and then even more fantastic graphics during cutscenes, because they simply have fantastic graphics in the overworld, and then in the cutscenes they said, okay, let's fucking kick this thing to number 11, and they added post-processing to the fucking cutscenes. The absolute mad lads that they are.
Pardon, monsieur, but I am not in the mood to talk.
Okay, so there's a lot of clipping. You can see I can clip through that woman's dress. I can clip through that guy's feet. It's not super good. These guys I can't really clip through. I'm sure I could maybe get one of my hands to clip through their ass or something like that, but those people sitting there, you can clip right fucking through them.
Would you like a drink, sir? Would you like a drink, sir?
Yes, I would like a drink, but it
Would you like a
seems
drink, sir?
you're not gonna offer me one. Okay, so I have no idea where to go. My indicator at the top of the screen doesn't tell me where to go, but that's fine. It's a narrative game after all. So we are just gonna have to figure out where to go.
Bacchus would find this place incredibly dull, don't you think?
Where is the dude? I heard him, but he's fucking down there. The dude is still at the bar.
Bacchus would find this place incredibly dull, don't you think?
So we can hear him talking all the way from the bar. That's not right. Okay, you can clip your head through the walls. That's not good. All of these doors are closed, it seems. I can clip through that guy.
I apologize, sir, but your room is not yet ready. Perhaps, in the meantime, you would like to relax in the foyer? Tonight, the restaurant is offering a complimentary marlin ceviche to all our guests.
Let's check what they have on offer.
Okay, and this guy just teleported up here.
Let's check what they have on offer.
Seems he has ventriloquist powers in addition to teleportation. So it seems this is a supernatural game where the characters can teleport. This guy is gonna be problems, I can tell you already. This fucking guy here. He stands out like a sore thumb. Fucking hell, like, I don't know what to do. In the foyer. So I'm assuming this is the foyer.
Hey, Sherry. Just our luck.
Okay, so they forced me to go up to my room in order to just find out that it's shut, and then you have to come back here. That's pretty stupid.
If seafood's not to your taste, everyone loves Benedict's batch. Our poached eggs with hollandaise sauce.
Hey, Sherry. Just our luck.
Okay, so
A medium, John. Haven't we been through this already?
Come on, it's not like we've got anything better to do.
So you will see in the cutscenes the graphics are much better. That's because
Sir, but I believe
only the
Mr. Holmes is
cutscenes
conducting
have
a séance at the
post-processing.
moment. Perhaps you'd care to have your portrait drawn while you wait?
Why?
Pardon me?
Why should I sit for a portrait?
And you see how pretty his
Sir,
face is now.
It's art. It doesn't need a why. It is its own justification.
All things require justification, be they objects, systems, or beliefs.
How about art as the lens through which we see the truth of the world?
That's backward. Truth is not subjective and not complicated. It's just the truth. It either is or it isn't. You do not need a lens to see it, just an open mind.
Ha! That seems rather close-minded. Truth, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder. So tell me, what do you see?
Mediocrity.
Come now, Sherry. What did he do to deserve that? The servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
Okay, you should grab us a table, so... Where will I be grabbing a table? One of these tables or what? Where should I grab a table? I almost wish that there was like some kind of a setting that you can press, like a thing, almost like you get in Tomb Raider, in order to like highlight all of the objects around you, like, you know, like a survival sense. Concentration, Q, Z. Okay, Q and Z. That seems like all of the possibilities. Z? Okay, so there's actually Z. So why didn't the game tell me about that? And Q, what does Q do? Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, so this is a oh, so you can actually like read people, kind of. I don't know what the use of it is. Like, what's the use of it?
servant mentioned ceviche at the bar, Sherry. You should grab us some, and I'll find us a table. I'm starving.
Okay, so I don't know what the use of that is. Okay, and then Z allows you to see all of the people that you can interact with. Why wasn't this in the tutorial? Like, why didn't they tell me that at the beginning? They fucking told me that I can press like L or whatever. But they told me about the movement and the W, A, S, and D, but they didn't tell me shit about this or about the Z thing. I mean, that's a pretty terrible tutorial if you ask me.
Pardon, monsieur, but I am not in the mood to talk.
And then I can take camera photos for some reason. And I completely disappear when I take camera photos for some reason. I wonder, like, if I take a photo here, how will it look? Can I like look at my own photos or what? Let's have a look here. Blah blah blah. Photos. I don't see photos anywhere. Perhaps I can only take photos of like mission items or something like that. But okay, let's go over here.
Okay, time to check if John found us a nice table for the evening.
And John teleported again. Table. Okay, over there.
Sherry, I'm over here with my new Ursine companion.
This guy loves to teleport.
Cordona's even quieter than I remembered. It's going to be a long evening.
Ah, come now, Sherry. What say we amuse ourselves with a little game?
What were you thinking? Oh, promise me it isn't nonsense. After being cooped up on that boat, I am itching for activity.
No. As you can see, someone left a cane on our table. I simply thought you could identify its owner.
Ah, so it is nonsense. It'll take me a minute, John, at most.
Well then, you can deliver it to him as well.
Deliver it to him? Then what are the staff here for? Aesthetics?
Stubborn, Sherry, too stubborn. You wanted something to do.
Slapping oneself in the face is also something to do. That doesn't make it worthwhile. But all right, let me take a look. A crest depicting a bulb of garlic in a meadow. Perhaps the Fielding family or Meadows. Or Craven, from the Old English name meaning garlic place. The hand grip is a head of a golden Javanese statue, probably stolen from a temple. The dents suggest it has been used as a bludgeon. The cane is made of ebony, it's worn uncared for, and bears the scars of numerous hits. This cane is an expensive and ostentatious weapon. Its owner must be vain, volatile, and of noble English blood.
Take it with you, Sherry. Let's return it to its owner. All right, I hope you noted down your observations in your casebook. But how are you going to find this nobleman?
The cane itself is not enough. I may have to ask other guests if they saw who was here.
Sherlock can ask bystanders about the piece of evidence. Press C to open the case, but pin the evidence with X and then speak to someone. Try it now with the cane. Press T. Blah blah blah. I don't want to do that. Let's just
Pardon, monsieur,
talk to
but
people.
I am not in the mood to talk.
So it's a man, an Englishman, obviously. So let's just quickly run through the place. The place isn't too big. should be able to find the ostentatious Englishman with no problem at all. Maybe it could be that guy, but he doesn't want to speak to me.
Someone left their cane at my table. I suspect he will want it back.
My apologies, sir, but I wouldn't know how to identify its owner.
So the simplest option ended in failure. That's irritating.
No, what is irritating is you trying to break the rules of my game, Sherry. Don't be so lazy.
That guy can just teleport all over the place. Why doesn't he just like teleport and then boom, boom, boom? You will be able to find the ostentatious Englishman. Probably neither of these guys. They don't look really ostentatious. Maybe it's this guy, but he doesn't want to talk to me. Can't go into any of these rooms. It's probably that guy. That guy looks pretty rich, to be honest, but I can't go out there. Nothing over here. It's not this guy. He's definitely not ostentatious looking. I can interact with that painting, but not right now. None of these guys, obviously. Nobody over there. Okay, so I've been through the entire place. Nowhere is there a person at all to talk with, never mind an ostentatious blah 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 Englishman. Holy shit, this teleporter is all over the place. So I don't know. I've literally spoken to everyone that I can speak to.
Don't ask me about the cane. I was with you the whole time.
So, can I go outside? Oh, I can go outside. Perhaps our friend is outside. Although there's nothing to interact with out here. So I guess not. Okay, well then I don't know. Let's see, perhaps this is one of those shitty games that literally forces you to do a task and then it spawns the NPC. I hate games like that, but let's have a look. So what did they want me to do? They wanted me to pin evidence. Okay. Okay, it is pinned now. Now, are you going to spawn the NPC that I need to talk to, or what? Are there any new NPCs that we can see? I just saw something. Yeah, I saw it again. Look at the blue artifacting when I open the door. Right in the middle of the door, when I open the door, there's a blue artifacting. It's just there for a second, but have a look. Did you see it? Let's have a look again. And there we saw it again. And a third time. There we saw it again. So that's not good. Anyone new that we can talk to? All of a sudden we can talk to all of these people. So what if I unpin it? Now I can't talk to anyone. What kind of bullshit is that? So you literally have to basically be tracking the quest before you can do the quest. So, like if you have 10 quests, then you literally have to track the quest, like this one. You track that quest, you have to run through and talk to everyone. Then you have to go into your casebook again, track the next quest, go talk to everyone, and then rinse and repeat. Open your casebook, track the next quest, talk to everyone. I mean, that's not gonna get fucking irritating very quickly. I mean, what kind of a terrible game mechanic is that? You have to track each and every one of your quests individually. You can't track all of them at once. Look at that. You can only track one at a time. It doesn't allow you to track multiple quests. So you have to track one quest at a time, talk to every person in the surrounding area, perhaps even in other areas, because I mean, look at the map. The map is seemingly pretty big. So you have to talk to everyone on the entire map, and then hopefully you will find the person quickly, and then you have to go and track the next quest, and then boom, back to the map, talk to everyone in the entire game. That isn't going to get annoying at all.
Do you know anything about this?
That's a question I can answer.
Well, even with your keen senses, Sherry, I doubt you'll find the cane's owner on your first try.
And would you be confident enough to bet on it, my friend?
Why not? Let's see how good you really are.
Look at that at the top. Press Q to concentrate, blah blah blah. Some clues won't be visible without pinning. I mean, that's bullshit. What kind of a bullshit is that? So, if I unpin this, boom, unpin. Now, okay, it's one of those three guys over here. Now, if we know that it's one of these three guys because they just got spawned in. Obviously, I already know everyone in this entire place, and these three guys weren't here until I pinned the thing, and then they got spawned in. So it's one of those shitty games, like I said, where you have to be jumping through a couple of hoops before you can move on to the next step of the quest, which is a very shitty way to do quests. And it's a very shitty way to build a game, to be honest. I mean, this is supposed to be a narrative game. You're supposed to figure out stuff on your own. You don't have to fucking jump through 10,000 hoops in order to do a quest specifically 100% the way that the devs intended you to do it, you know? That isn't a fucking narrative game. That's like a fucking linear game with a zero possibility for deviance, you know? So if we check out this guy, he has 3 different stuff on him. 3 different stuff on him, secret society member, and 3 different stuff on him as well. So we've seen those 3 different stuff. Now, if we go back to the casebook, we pin the shit, and now 3 different stuff. So this guy is a retired military officer. I don't think he was a retired military officer before the time. Come on, I want to look at that guy. Come on. Fuck, I don't want to look at that guy. Okay, there we go. That guy is a retired military officer. So if we unpin it, Then look at it again, and we see that it changes. Italian engineer. Sniffs tobacco, affable. And then we pin it. Now he goes from that to Italian engineer, affable, retired military officer. That's bullshit. I do not like that. That's very shitty in my opinion.
Is this familiar to you?
My dear fellow, you're talking to the right man.
Hey, Sherry, don't we now have the perfect excuse to visit the seance?
I'm just going to give the cane to its owner. You will not persuade me to take part in this show. Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Okay, well, he's the owner, isn't he?
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what? And dressed as what?
What? Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so it seems we first have to go to the seance room. Is that what you're telling me? Because if I'm reading it correctly, that is what it is saying.
May I ask for your assistance?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
Okay, so it says there I can give the cane back to its owner, but apparently that's not the owner. So I don't know. I guess I have to like do something else now? I don't know. I mean, I found the guy, but I don't know. Okay, we can't go forward with that, so let's go to the whatchamacallit. Holy shit, the teleporter was just behind me. He was literally just here. Let's talk to this guy again and see if the teleporter comes up.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that's beyond my knowledge.
Ah, no, the teleporter isn't here now, but he was literally just here. And then he fucking teleported over there.
This hotel, this island, it's full of thieves. First my cane, now the diamond. Take your hands off me! Do you even know who I am? Hey,
Oh, it's
boy,
his game.
that's my cane.
I get that a lot. It's a very common design.
What? No, that's a custom-made.
A joke. A joke. It was left at my table in the restaurant. I thought it deserved to be returned.
Well, I'll be... It is rare to encounter a straight-fingered true penny these days. What a gentleman. But I must ask, how did you know I was the rightful owner?
Holy shit, does that jacket say that he's rich? I would never have thought that in the whatever 1800s, whatever, that jacket would have meant that you are rich. Okay, so blah blah blah. This man is Lord Craven, a noble Englishman in the habit of visiting resorts to receive treatment for his liver malady. His florid face indicates that he has succumbed to the temptation of drinks a few shots of alcohol. Perhaps he was unsettled by the seance, by his red knuckles, blah blah blah. He's now infuriated by the theft of a diamond, surprisingly. Well, that's fine. So what do I have to choose? The person whose cane it is, or what? Well, I guess I'll go with an ill Englishman on resort. I don't know. He does have expensive clothes, but the nobleman of the both of them could have that. It doesn't wear a wedding ring. I don't know. Let's go with that one. Blah blah blah.
Simple deduction. Your cane told me everything. I was after a British noble who takes boxing lessons but suffers from some liver issues. And if one were to go further, one may even be able to extrapolate your name from your heraldic symbol, Lord Craven.
Well, you're half correct. I am indeed Lord Andrew Craven. Your other guesses were wrong, but you still have the edge over that blasted medium. Well, you found my cane. Perhaps you can locate my diamond, too. Yes, you should do it. It will be child's play for you, Mr.
Holmes. And if a child can do it, then I'm sure the local police can suffice.
The police? Why bother? I know this harlequin stole it. The only question is, where is it hidden? Fine. Give me my stick and I'll resolve the matter myself. This thief almost confessed after a single punch.
I suspect a beating may result in answers of questionable veracity. Fine. I shall spare you and he the trouble if you first answer me this. You insist the medium robbed you during the séance. But what occurred exactly?
It was a dirty trick. We were sitting here in the dark, chanting and holding hands, as expected. Then something began to appear from the medium, like a cloud or a bubble. The swindler called it ectoplasm.
Ah, yes. Common in the spiritualist trade, and quite the spectacle.
Indeed, perhaps too much. My beloved Emma screamed in horror, and I stood to defend her, attacking that cursed ghost.
How brave.
But my hand hit nothing. The medium jumped away from me, and Emma fainted. I lit the candle, and the diamond was gone.
How does a priceless diamond become the subject of a séance? It is an unusual accoutrement.
Emma wished to speak with its former owners. My grandfather told us it belonged to a Rajah, an Indian king.
So you were summoning long-dead Indian royalty, and, pray tell, you were expecting him to converse in English?
To be frank, Mr. Holmes, I don't believe in ghosts. But Emma was fascinated by the idea of meeting a real king, even a dead one.
Well, a crown is a crown. Can you describe the stone itself?
A yellow diamond, not less than 100 carats, and perfectly egg-shaped. There is not another like it.
Stay here, and don't touch anything. I'm going to investigate further.
Don't fret, I'll be keeping a close eye on this thief.
So, he said that I'm right about some things and wrong about other things, but there were literally just two options. One option was the rich nobleman, and the other option was a bored nobleman or something like that. I can't remember. So I don't know. I don't understand why. Perhaps it was just the narrative stuff, I guess I could say, and I didn't really get anything wrong, maybe, but I don't know. He said I got stuff wrong, but he didn't tell me what I got wrong. It's weird.
Love the ambience. Nice.
There's not a lot of narrative happening in this narrative game.
Thank you for helping us resolve the situation, sir.
Holy shit, that guitar just disappeared
The ghost.
into thin air.
Someone did as usual, but then it all went wrong. The lady screamed and pointed at Lord Craven. And there was a shadow. Such a mystical force. It terrified the lady. And it must have taken the diamond. Who else could have?
Do you feel the presence of any supernatural entities at the moment?
Are you joking, sir? My nose is broken, this maniac wants to kill me, and you're asking about the spirits?
I suppose this can wait. I will investigate, and the culprit will be identified.
But the stubborn brute Lord Craven blames me right now. As if I could do something like that. Perhaps you can reason with him? Please?
I don't like all of these fucking particles of dust, like hovering all over the place. I mean,
Was this covered on purpose?
holy crap.
Of course. It is very dangerous to leave a mirror exposed during a séance. The spirits may become enraged.
Or someone may notice the trick they should not see.
It's like just distracting. There's dust all over the fucking place. And you can see it's not real fucking dust.
Find the stone, Mr. Holmes, and quickly.
Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
Really, Sherry? Poor thing.
Quite a display for the tremulous visitor.
How can you not love this stuff, Sherry? It adds so much atmosphere to the room.
This hefty chair has nearly broken after hitting the wall. Could one man even lift it?
At Cambridge, I was captain of the rugby team. It was no place for weaklings.
There are light traces of rouge on the edge of this wine glass. This must be the ectoplasm. Too bad there's not enough for a proper chemical analysis.
Ectoplasm. The ghost was here, Sherry.
Half a glass of Balblair scotch and the remains of a Paul Aranaga cigar. What else does a gentleman need?
But I'm not able to find the other ones. My mouse movements are literally stopped. So I can't go over anymore. Okay, there's one.
This brooch is old and cheap, but the moth design has its charms.
The last one. must be around here in the middle of the table, but I'm not seeing it. Not seeing anything else anywhere else. Like, what the hell? This is a riveting gameplay, I know. But what can I do? I'm trying to find the fucking thing. Like, I'm literally going over the entire area. The entire table. The entire ground. Even though my camera movement on the ground is very limited. Can't look around anywhere else. I'm literally swinging my fucking mouse from left to right, and it's not allowing me past certain areas. Okay, so I need to press Q.
The diamond was placed on the table so that all participants could reach it.
Ah, seems like you're ready to delve into your mind palace, Sherry. I'm sure you'll make some good deductions.
Mind palace. Okay, so what is this? Choose your current case, select a clue, combine it with a relevant one. Okay. I don't really understand. So you lock something. Blah blah blah. This place at the table was opposite a window to the courtyard. Lady pointed across the seance table at something and screamed. Okay, let's do those two. Okay. So I guess that's a clue that we got.
An unexpected visitor outside the window.
Ah, I hope it was the ghost of the Raja.
Pale skin, quickened pulse, unsteady breathing. She's barely conscious. The feebleness of women.
How do I investigate? Okay, so it was a lady,
This
probably.
looks recent. A shoe with a broken heel will surely leave scratches. All right, John. Do you think a ghost could leave this footprint?
I'm reserving judgment. Use your keen eye to follow the trail.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing any scratches anywhere. track someone's movements, first pin the relevant evidence to the screen, then enter concentration mode with Q to reveal the trail. Okay, well, I'm not seeing a trail anywhere. So I'm not really sure. I don't see any trail anywhere.
Are you able to help me?
Excuse me? What? I'm not sure I know.
So I'm obviously looking for a woman with one missing heel. Shouldn't be too difficult. Ah, here's the shoe.
Size 4 with a broken heel.
Okay, a size 4.
Size 4 with a broken heel.
So now I have to find like a Cinderella fucking
Rose D'Amour. All the maids in the hotel wear this exact shoe.
woman. Oh, okay, so it's a maid.
Ghost of a Raja. Unless... No, what a shame.
Our witness was a nosy maid. Searching the entire hotel could be difficult. Perhaps the other maids can help us find her. May I ask for your assistance?
Sir, I don't know. Try asking someone else.
How don't you know? Okay, so let's just have a look for some maid. These guys were spawned in. They weren't here earlier.
I'd tell you if I knew, but unfortunately, I don't.
Okay, let's have a look on the second floor for some maids. None around here. Ah, that guy was replaced by a maid.
Could you help me?
I would never refuse a nobleman, but I know nothing, sir.
Okay. There's another one over there. Ah, this is the one we want.
Finally, there you are. One would think a maid would be easy to find in this place.
I'm sorry, sir. Do you need more towels?
No, no. You are the maid who saw the ghost in the seance room, yes?
How did you know?
Simple. You changed shoes after breaking a heel while fleeing the scene.
I'm sorry, sir, but if I may ask, who are you?
A precious diamond was stolen during the seance. Lord Craven entrusted me with its recovery.
I'm sorry, sir, but we are forbidden to discuss the private matters of our guests.
Are you also forbidden from peeking into private rooms, Miss?
Saletta. Lucia Saletta, sir.
Tell me, Miss Saletta, what would your manager say if he knew you were spying on guests?
Oh, please, sir, don't tell him. I have a family. I need this work.
I won't, but only if you answer my questions truthfully. And don't play coy. I can tell. Describe what happened during the seance.
A lady and two gentlemen were sitting at a table, touching their hands to something. The medium started to whisper and chant, and a ghost appeared.
A ghost? You're confident?
It was unearthly, sir. It grew from the medium's chest. A glowing cloud or a bubble. I pressed closer against the window to see better.
And the lady saw you?
How did you... Yes, She screamed and pointed, so I hurried to escape, and I broke my heel. But I did see the ghost, a sickly, evil thing.
And that's all you can tell me? Did you see any of what happened next?
The medium, Mr. Galici, he was doing something with the ghost. He grabbed at it like he was trying to catch it. And then I ran.
I suppose I should be grateful you endured these horrors for such a long time. All right, I have your account memorized. Good day.
Oh, you scared the poor girl, Sherry. Did she really deserve that?
We all got what we wanted. She talked. I stay silent.
Oh, let's get back to the crime scene. I always love seeing you explain simple things to simpletons.
This painting looks authentic, but it's just a talented imitation.
Okay, so we can go back to the room.
Lady Craven retired to her room to rest. Lord Craven remained here until the staff reported that the medium was locked in his room.
Here, try to place the seance participants in their correct positions. Okay, glass of wine partially spilled across from the window. So yes, that's fine. Here was the quote-unquote strong dude. Here was the other dude. Oh no. Let's swap that. Yeah, like that.
It all began when the lady screamed and pointed at the window. Lord Craven jumped up, ready to face anything, ghost or human. The medium shrank back in dismay. He was not expecting such a reaction and had to quickly hide the ghost. The lady was the only one left touching the diamond, at least until she fainted.
Amazing. It's like you saw it with your own eyes, sir.
Oh, I forgot that you were here. I guess I should discuss all of this with Lady Craven.
The Cravens are upstairs in room 226. It is one of our finest suites.
If the lady was touching a diamond, then she would have felt the ghost take it. What do you think it felt like, Sherry? A jellyfish?
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I would never deny you, sir, but I know nothing about this.
Okay, so it's not there. Perhaps it's one of these other rooms. 220. What was it? 220? Can't remember. Well, 221 is my room. So we just need to find 220.
Lady Craven is not who she seems. Remember her behaviour in the hall?
Okay, let's try again.
Lady Craven is not who she seems. Remember?
Well, I did have those two. I did have those exact
Lady
two.
Craven is not who she seems. Remember her behaviour in the hall.
So what, are those the incorrect two or what? Oh, I guess they're the incorrect two then. What the hell? Okay, discard. Keep. I don't know. Okay, so it's those three then. Blah blah blah. Okay.
You're here, at last. I didn't do that. I swear, I found her this way.
Well, I did have some questions for her, but it seems I've arrived too late. Now it's a matter for the police.
Mr. Holmes, you said it yourself. They're children. They'll only make things worse. You promised me you would investigate.
Investigate a theft, not a murder. Fear not. I will tell them all I've uncovered.
Please, help me. The police will surely accuse me of Emma's death. You were the only one who can find the truth.
Fine, but only because it's slightly more interesting than the walls of my room. Tell me what happened.
Look, after you left, I waited in the seance room until the servants locked up Mr. Gallici, the medium.
And was your mistress there too?
Oh, so you know? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Regardless, the staff took Emma to her room. She was still feeling dizzy.
So you didn't follow her. Interesting. Is Mr. Gallici still being held, and where did the servants secure him?
He's in room 225, but that pigeon-livered man at the reception desk refused to give me the key.
Well, I will have to visit reception myself then. Perhaps he will listen to reason. Where did you go instead?
To the bar. It had been almost an hour.
I see. And how long did you stay?
I partook of a well-earned whiskey or two before retiring upstairs. Ask anyone there.
Now we arrive at the tragedy at hand. So what transpired after your detour to the bar?
I headed up to my room to find Emma on the bed. I didn't pay her much attention at first. I was still preoccupied with that damned medium. But when I realized she was silent, I drew closer and discovered she was dead. What's more, the diamond lay right there beside her.
Oh, well, that is splendid news.
Splendid? The return of the diamond will be cold comfort if I live out my days in a jail cell. You must help me.
Let me see what I can find.
Barely an hour has passed and you already have yourself a murder mystery, Sherlock. Why am I not surprised?
Let's see. There's the teleporter again.
Aha, a neat hiding place. Why would she conceal all of this? Several £1,000s, that's quite a fortune. This ring looks out of place among the others, and the design is familiar. Fard Rouge Calomel Mascara, a real altar of beauty for the travelling temptress.
This finding the clues thing is really quite tedious. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm not, I'm just not like a fan of, or enough of a fan of these types of games, but I don't know, this is just not fun, you know? Fucking moving your mouse around slowly until it turns yellow
checkered past.
isn't really my idea of fun, to be honest.
A remarkably simple lock.
What, am I going to break it open?
Strangled with bare hands, judging by the bruises. This must be the missing diamond. A tremendous specimen, now forever tainted. Everything was tipped out of the bed as if it was searched.
Do you think she stole the stone?
It's certainly possible, but we won't get her confession now.
Well, there is a professional medium right next door.
Someone was not happy with his post. Someone was not happy with his post.
Okay, so I can't go through there. No, I still think we need to gather more, I think. Probably have to talk to this guy first. Oh, doesn't want to let me in. Let's have a look. Had to pay compensation for beating the servants. The thief that had stolen from Lord Craven on his trip was setting up the servants to cover their tracks. Door between Luca Galici's room and Lord Craven's room has a weak lock. So perhaps it was Luca who did it, because the pin could have been placed there, you know? thief that had stolen, setting up the servants to cover their tracks. I'm not really sure if any of these match, you know? But okay, let's try this one. This one? Oh. Okay, well, it seems that one doesn't match with any of them. Let's try this. Oh, there's one. And let's go to clues again. You can just basically do this to all of them until you find those that match. There was one that matched. The murderer left the diamond. Whoever killed Emma left the diamond beside the body. Or Lord Craven returned to the room just as Emma was hiding the diamond. Yeah, both of those are possibilities. Both of them are certainly possibilities. Let's think about this a little bit more. Luca and Emma could have met before. Luca and Emma both have jewelry with the same moth design. Could they have something in common? Okay, so none of those match. I'm tracking this one at the moment. I need to go to the receptionist for the key to the room. Then I will get into Luca's room, I believe.
Give me the key to Luca Galici's room. I need to talk to him about the events of the séance.
I suppose you are an impartial outsider. All right, but please do not give it to Lord Craven. We do not want to see our reputation damaged further.
Awkward. They still don't know what a nasty surprise awaits upstairs.
Hush. No need to cause another ruckus. The last thing we want is the police to come meddling.
Okay, so I think if we talk to Luca, we should be able to have this one in the bag. Oh, there's some of that green stuff.
A familiar substance. It's the ectoplasm that stained the séance table, but this time there's enough for analysis. Tools and accessories for masterful prestidigitation.
Or weapons and defenses against visitors from the great beyond.
Blah, blah, blah. Press C, highlight the evidence, and then press E. Okay, so what would that be? There, E. Okay, so what do I do here? Um, does this mean? Oh, okay. So you do it like that, then like that, or what? How does it work? Let's see. H for help. Drag out two reagents. Drag out the operation. Combine so the results match the formula target. Well, I already tried that. Blah blah blah. Well, I already tried that. Link and unlink. Link, unlink. Oh, okay, so you need to hold it. So you do this. You there. This. You there. And then that. You there, or what? Because it says there. Oh, right click. You need to right click. Okay. Okay, now I understand. Confirm. Okay. Took a little bit of reading the tutorial thing, but I got it in the end. Okay, ectoplasm, the reaction shows that it is rubber latex mixed with phosphorus. As much as this chemical element is dangerous to hold in the mouth, I am quite disappointed. I expected to find something trickier. Okay.
My faith in this medium has burst, just like a rubber balloon.
He teleported onto the bed.
Someone is making the most of his stay.
Can you blame the man? I'd say he's not ordering enough.
Any other clues? Let's see if this thing has been tampered with. Okay, well, you can't see if it has been tampered with, apparently. He's nervous for some reason. I don't see anything else in the room. Oh, the
Do you always travel with your books, Mr. Galici?
I do. In my line of work, one needs resources available to help deal with the unpredictable and unworldly.
Okay, well, let's talk to him.
I'm afraid I can wait no longer to hear your account of the seance, Mr. Galici. So please, tell me what you saw.
Lady Craven wanted to meet the spirit of the Raja. My conjuration was successful. Perhaps even too successful. I am sure the spirit was the only one who could have taken the diamond. Lord Craven needs to leave me alone.
Do you think the police will believe you?
Of course. I didn't take anything, and spiritual phenomena are beyond their control. Or should I summon the ghost again so they may attempt to handcuff it?
I think I would prefer to begin my investigation in the physical realm.
Uses a lot of makeup. The heavy blow. We know that comes from the dude. Trying sleight of hand, so he could have taken the egg. Skinny seems malnourished. And he was scratched. Um...
I have shocking news that changes your situation entirely. Oh, no, wait. What am I thinking? The spirits will have told you this already.
I'm not in the necessary state for summoning. The spirits preferred clarity of mind and soul. Please, tell me.
Lady Craven died in the very next room while you were in here. Did you not hear anything?
What? How? In fact, I did hear noises. That Craven is a very loud man, but I never thought he would do that to his wife.
Well, you claim to be a medium. Perhaps you could ask her spirit why.
What? No, it's too dangerous.
Oh well, at least I can make the dead talk. Those scratches on your hands look rather painful. What happened to you?
It was those savage servants. They were so rough bringing me here as if I was trying to escape. When I'm free, I'll demand compensation.
Provide evidence. What evidence do we want to provide?
Do you realize just how dangerous it is to hold phosphorus in the mouth?
I beg your pardon?
I'll bet it makes your rubber balloons glow impressively in the dark, but you'll regret it when the hypertension and vomiting sets in.
You mock my talent, sir. You shouldn't be so flippant about things beyond your earthly understanding. How ignorant one must be to compare a spirit's ectoplasm with balloons.
It was merely a word of caution. We both know how match factory workers look after several years on the job.
Okay. Well, I guess I can just throw all of these at him. I mean, why not?
That's a remarkable pin of yours, Mr. Galici. Does it have any meaning?
The butterfly? It's a reminder of a time in which I was truly happy.
What a coincidence. Lady Craven had a ring with the same design.
A coincidence indeed. I suspect it is a common theme in jewelry.
Okay, so can't I talk to
This
him
is all
anymore?
just a big misunderstanding. The spirits confirm it.
Okay, so apparently I can't talk to him anymore. Can you literally just present him with 2 pieces of evidence and that's it? That would
This
suck.
is all just a big misunderstanding. The spirits confirm it.
You always take me to the best of places, Sherry.
Anything around here that I haven't done yet? I don't think so. There's the teleporter again. Let's see. Those are obviously connected. Why is fresh scratches still there? So let's see if we can combine any of these. Okay, I think that's that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I don't know. I guess I'm ready to make the accusation. I'm just gonna accuse Luca, and that's that. Okay, so if I can only present 2 pieces of evidence, then I need to make it good pieces of evidence.
Do you recognize this ring?
Should I? It's a third-rate piece if ever I've seen one. I'd never buy something like this.
Did you ever see Miss Emma wearing it?
No. And why should she? I gave her enough jewelry that she could wear a superior ring every day of the week. Stop wasting time. The murderer is getting away.
Okay, well, I don't know what else to present then.
I doubt I can help with this. Get to the point, Mr. Holmes. I doubt I can help with this. I doubt I can help with this. Get to the point, Mr. Holmes.
I found these jewels secreted away. Are you familiar with them?
Ah, it cannot be so. That deceptive wagtail. How could she do this?
That sounds like a yes.
These items were supposedly stolen from us during our trip. I must have spent hours reporting it all to the police. And it turns out she had them all along. The trollop. I'd kill her myself, was she not dead already?
Okay. New Mind Palace thing. Emma was stealing. Emma was a thief, but made Lord Craven believe that the servants were stealing. She'd done it through their trip. Yeah, well, that's an interesting thing. Their paths had crossed in the past. Luca could very well known of Emma's predilection for thievery. That is indeed true. And in these, the medium Luca could have known that Emma was a thief and that she was trying to frame him for a crime. Yes, that is indeed true. Luca is the murderer, and we will take him to justice. Blah blah blah. Luca is the murderer. He couldn't stop himself from killing Emma, even though he could have just told the police everything. That's fine. We are happy with that.
Do something about it, Holmes. I did not do it. You know that.
Okay, so do we go talk to this guy, to Luca, or to the police? There's a teleporter again.
Luca Gallici, I know you murdered Lady Craven, and I can prove it.
That would be a grand story for the newspapers. But where's your proof? I was locked in here and could not hurt a fly.
As for the motive, it's obvious that you deduced that Lady Craven was the real thief. Of course, it helped that this was not your first encounter with Miss Emma.
I don't know what you're talking about. How on earth can you believe this?
I think the police will easily find the proof when they browse their archives. Yes, the locked room. Good of you to mention it. I inspected the door between the rooms, and the lock on it is piteous. You could open it with a penknife.
So I am now a burglar, as well as a thief and a murderer?
Your wrists are bloodied, and there's no way a servant's manhandling could cause such an injury. It was Lady Craven as you strangled her.
You are fantasizing, Mr. Holmes.
It is done, Luca. You will be arrested. Your best strategy now is to confess and hope your reasons were justified.
I don't know how you figured it out. But yes, I killed her. I had to. This woman could not get away with ruining my life twice.
Twice?
I knew Emma before she was a lady. I mean, she pretended to be noble back then too. But only so our gang, the Moths, could steal from those snobs. She betrayed us, stole all our money and disappeared, leaving us to rot in jail. I was young. I spent 3 years in that hell.
And tonight, she tried to set you up again. Did she recognize you?
She didn't. I came to her afterwards, pleading that she drop this farce, but she laughed in my face. I just remembered my time in the clink, all I suffered while she indulged. And I grabbed her throat.
Murder is murder, Luca. You could have told Lord Craven the truth and seen Miss Emma's downfall, but you could not restrain yourself.
He would never believe me.
We will never know. Still, perhaps a jury will be more easily swayed. If not, you'll get to see your friends in jail again soon.
We'll meet again, Holmes. I will get you, in this life or the next. Get your hands off me.
He murdered the woman who put him in jail. Should we be worried?
Fear not, John. Unlike Miss Emma, I will see him coming.
Well, that's a happy ending to that quest, at least. I believe that is the first chapter done, then. Let's have a look.
That was too much fun, Sherry. I'm buzzing. Buzzing. Wasn't it fun?
A woman died, John. I was too slow to the truth, too hesitant to intervene. How can you...
Oh, lighten up. Those people made their choices. If you swan about with a diamond in your pocket, that's what happens. Wealth is a weakness.
So we must blame those who covet it.
With enough money on the line, Sherlock, a man will do just about anything. Even murder. And then we get to solve it.
I suspect you perhaps cannot grasp the true horrors of mortality, John.
Oi, I am aware of my perilous existence, thank you very much.
I must admit, even if the outcome of the adventure was imperfect, there was some pleasure to be had in the puzzle.
Well, Cordona seems more depraved and decadent than we thought. I bet you'll get another chance.
A bet, you say?
A figure of speech. Just a figure of speech.
Ah, damn. Well, take one last look at the view, then we must be off. It's time to do what we came here for.
Okay, so I got a little bit of money for some reason. Maybe I can spend it some.
A free ride for every hotel visitor. Just tell me where to go.
Is everything all right? If you don't feel up to it, I won't tell anyone.
It's just a goodbye, John. It won't be difficult. I've already come to terms with my mother's passing.
So you really don't remember?
To what do you refer?
The funeral. Sherlock, you were distraught. At first, I thought this visit would dredge up those feelings, but you've been remarkably level.
John, I think I was too young to understand. I couldn't fathom why she would leave me.
Perhaps that pain is best left forgotten.
On the contrary, it's why I'm visiting her grave. To remember her.
Hey, well, I don't actually want to be here right now. Can we go back? Like, can we fast travel? Anything like that? Doesn't look like we can fast travel. It's not giving me an option at all. I can't go out. Can't go back. I don't like games that, you know, are so restrictive to the point where you enter an area and you can't leave that area no matter what you do, you know. Like, you can't do anything. You have to complete whatever quest or task or whatever you have in this area. And come hell or high water, they will not let you leave the area until you've done that. Pretty stupid, to be honest. Can't go out there. This entire fucking area just for one fucking interaction here at the crypt. That's a little bit unnecessary if you ask me. But the thing is here, but why can't I interact with anything? Okay, has hydrophobia. So what, am I supposed to throw him with fucking water or what? How am I gonna be able to do that? Okay, hostile. I guess I have to get water somewhere. I mean, I don't even know what my fucking quest is right now. Oh, okay, so he is a fucking teleporter because he's imaginary. Okay, I don't even know that. Like, I just thought that, okay, it's fucking poor game design, you know, that the devs are just making this guy teleport all over the place and be able to talk to you when he's standing 30 meters away from you, you know. But okay, now I understand a little bit more. Okay, so we have to pin that in order to be able to move on with the fucking quest, actually. That's a really bad game design. Like this thing where you have to pin, you have to go on the story thing and you have to pin it simply in order to be able to move on with your quest. Because if you don't pin the correct thing, then NPCs don't show up, items don't spawn, doors don't open, crazy shit like that. And I mean, what the hell is all of that about?
Excuse me, just one question.
That's just...
Don't be angry with me, sir.
Really shitty, to be honest. Really shitty game design. It's like terrible. It's like you have... whatever. Is this guy dead? Or is he just sleeping? Oh, he's sleeping. It's like you have 10, 15 quests in a game, but you can only track one at a time. And I mean, this is even worse because not only can you only track one at a time, you can only do one at a time. You can only, like, fucking... literally, the NPCs don't spawn, and items don't spawn, and doors don't open until you pin that fucking thing. I mean, I showed you guys that in the previous mission. The NPCs literally didn't spawn. And I couldn't inspect that dude, the Navy soldier. Literally, the Navy soldier thing didn't show up until I pinned the thing in my casebook, whatever. Until I fucking did this, I couldn't complete the quest. There was nothing. I couldn't complete it. I couldn't move on with the quest. Nothing like that. Literally, they didn't even spawn until I pinned the thing. I mean, that's a really terrible game design. That's unspeakably terrible, to be honest.
Is this familiar to you?
So that's something that I
money that would make me talk.
really don't like about the game. I don't know why the devs decided to do it like that. But yeah, to be honest, I'm gonna fucking probably wander around this graveyard for the next 10 minutes before I find out what I'm actually looking for. And I don't think that's a fun experience, to be honest. Running around, having to talk to every NPC in the vicinity until you find the right one. It's like rolling a dice and hoping that you roll the correct amount. You know, it's a little bit ridiculous, to be honest.
Can I ask you a question?
It's not my idea of fun, to be honest. I play games because I want fun. I want to be entertained. And that's really not my idea of fun. In addition to that, you can clip through stuff. You can clip through doors. You can clip through walls. I've shown that to you guys. You can clip through NPCs. The voice sync is terrible, absolutely terrible, like hilariously terrible. During cutscenes and during the normal gameplay, the voice sync is terrible. So clearly the devs put very little effort into the voice sync, and that breaks immersion. When you have a narrative game, as this one is, you want the player to be immersed because it's a narrative game. There's not a lot else going on. It's a fucking narrative game. The player has to be engrossed in the story. And if the voices and lips aren't synced at all, like it's like they didn't even make an attempt to sync them, that breaks immersion like nothing else. So that's bad. You know, they created a quote unquote, wow, this guy just teleported again. They created a quote unquote narrative game, but you aren't immersed in the game, you know. There's a couple of things that break your immersion, like I said, like the voice thing. The graphics are normal. It's a little bit mediocre. I mean, look at the face. The clothes are nice, but the faces are bad. The hair is exceptionally bad. The hair is like from a game from 2008, you know? And we're in fucking 2021 now. The entire Mind Palace thing where you can just match. I mean, that defeats the purpose of being smart and doing investigations. I mean, you're not doing an investigation. You're literally doing a monkey puzzle. It's like monkey puzzle. Match that with that. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, match that with that. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, next one. Match that with that. You know, it's a monkey puzzle. It's not an investigation game. It's a monkey puzzle fucking game. At least with regards to the Mind Palace thing, you know. The wardrobe thing, there's cosmetics, you know, there's cosmetics. It doesn't have any impact on the game at all, as far as I can see. Yeah, I don't know, guys. The fucking dust that floats all over the place. You guys have seen it already. Fucking dust all over the place for no reason. Dust materializing out of nowhere. The fact that this, for the most part, I mean, I've been playing the game now for 2 hours, and this has only been used once with that that Navy dude, literally once that I was able to use that. So that's pretty poor. I don't know what the camera is going to be used for. I haven't used it once. Yeah, I don't know. It's not fun when you're investigating a new thing, like zooming and then simply moving your mouse a little bit until your cursor turns yellow. That's not fun. And then you have to do that 5 or 6 times sometimes. So like the one time in that seance room, I was standing at the table and fucking swinging my mouse around like a crazy person for like 5 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes, just to find the yellow thing, you know, the last yellow thing. I mean, to be honest, that's not my idea of a fun investigation game. The investigation in Witcher 3 was more fun than the investigation in this game. And this is a fucking investigation game, you know? Witcher 3 wasn't even an investigation game, and Witcher 3 did a better job of investigation and clues and tracking and all of that kind of shit than this game does. So, yeah, to be honest,
His Majesty.
I really can't recommend this game.
I know nothing.
The devs say that there is about 12 hours of gameplay, like main quest gameplay, and the game costs $45. So that's very nearly $4. Wow, he just teleported again. He was literally just there. That's very nearly $4 per hour that you're going to be spending. And that's pretty rough, especially with a game where for the past 2 hours I haven't been having fun. I mean, sure, if it's 12 hours of fun, like for instance, Titanfall. Titanfall was very short. Like Titanfall, you can complete in 6 hours, and it's also whatever $40 when it released. But it's really fun. So if you're going to be spending $40 on a game that only gives you 12 hours of gameplay, that better be a very fun 12 hours. And unfortunately, for the past 2 hours, I haven't been having fun. So yeah, to be honest, guys, I can't recommend the game. I haven't been having fun with the game. The price for the game is pretty expensive, $45. The graphics are mediocre, the voicing is terrible, and the gameplay is simply not fun. As I said, if you really like the previous games that this developer Frogwares have put out, then you probably get some enjoyment out of this game. I mean, I've shown you 2 hours of gameplay already. If you haven't made your mind up with regard to the gameplay already, then you probably won't be liking the game. You know, if you're still questioning it, then take my advice. The game is not fun. I haven't been having fun, to be honest. So yeah, I really can't recommend the game unless you are super into Frogwares games or investigation games. But like I say, the investigation in Witcher 3 was more fun than the investigation in this game, and this is a fucking investigation game, you know. So yeah, guys, to be honest, I really can't recommend the game. I wanted to like the game, I wanted to try the game. I've never played any of the games from the previous series from this developer. I wanted to try it, I wanted to like it, but unfortunately I simply haven't had fun for the past 2 hours. So unfortunately, it's gonna be a not recommended from me. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much all. As always, it would be appreciated if you could support me on Patreon. That simply allows me to purchase more games and review more games for you guys. It would also be really appreciated if you are going to buy games on Steam to use my nexus.gg link, which I will hopefully be able to put in the description below. If you buy games through the nexus.gg link, then the developer of that game gets 30% more of your money. So you give more money to the developers of the game, since you don't have to pay the 30%, or the developer doesn't have to pay the 30% revenue to Valve. You can then give that 30% developer 30% revenue that would have gone to Valve to the developer, and the developer then gives me like 5% or something like that if you use my link to buy games on nexus.gg. It's not grey market keys or anything like that. It's totally legitimate keys straight from the developer. So if you could do that, that's just another free way that you can support the channel. Obviously, Patreon costs money, but using my nexus.gg link doesn't cost you anything additionally. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.